Hello everyone and welcome back to my playthrough for Digimon World 2003, and hey, we have a Kotemon. Yeah, see those Digimon that loiter in the circuit boards, they are good at giving you advice and tips and whatnot on on roughly, where you are and where leads where and all that kind of stuff. And I seem to recall Digivolves being pretty damn powerful. Maybe not as powerful as I was remembering. Well, it's just when I did my okay, that was pretty awful. When I did my no gym, no equipment challenge back in 2012, I could remember having a really tough time when going to the West sector for the first time, and I also remembered having a really tough time when using the circuit boards for the first time. And I remember Digimon giving me a lot of trouble, but I have to say, he's not as bad as I remember him being. Maybe I'm just better off this time around than when I was when doing the no gym, no equipment challenge. Maybe. Now, I think the path on the left that I've ignored, I think that is a dead end, and I think I need to go up this way in order to get to the north sector. I think downwards leads to the plug cape in the central sector, and I think north leads to the north sector. Yeah. This is a circuit board that I've used an awful lot, and just from years ago in the past, I can just about remember the gist of how this one works. The circuit boards are confusing, or at least for me they are. They are a lot more complicated than the seabeds, because the seabeds, all you have to do is just go from one room to the next. I know there's obstacles you have to make it through, but it's really not that big a deal. The circuit boards, on the other hand, are a much bigger pain than the seabeds, because with the circuit boards, it's not like it doesn't have just one path. The seabed only has one path. One path takes you to the other, but the circuit board, there are a lot more possibilities. It's like one path can lead to two paths. Yeah, it's like one path can lead to like two potential paths, and then each of those paths could lead to two more potential paths, and then all of those paths all lead to more paths, and it's a real nightmare, and it's very easy to get lost and to get frustrated, and it can be a real pain. And I know that in particular there's some circuit boards that are really, really deep. There can be... it's just a nightmare trying to make it through them, and I'm not gonna lie, there are some circuit boards I'm not really looking forward to exploring. The seabeds are okay. Some seabeds are worse than others, because some can have lots and lots of different areas where you go from one area to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, etc. But there's only ever one path. That's the key difference here. And the circuit board has obstacles as well, physical obstacles, just like the seabed does, but they're really not much of an issue. The seabed, you can just go around, you can go above, you can go underneath, you can go through, you name it, you can. And yeah, and here, well, you just have to break anything that, well, with the circuit board, you just have to break anything that gets in your way. And I'm not pleased to see Triceramon, because I know fire's not going to help me. Darkness will slowly get me there. Triceramon's not the fastest Digimon in the world, but he's probably still going to be faster than me. He is a North Sector Digimon at the end of the day. He is pretty damn powerful though, but I can still survive 2 attacks, so even if he goes twice in a row, I'll be okay borrowing critical hits. I do need to keep my eye on my HP, so I don't want to be healing during battles. I need to, because that's gonna cost turns. It's gonna be wasteful. I need to be keeping my HP topped up outside of battles, but I do need to consider efficiency with MP, because it does need to be worth it. It does need to be worth doing Mega Hill, because doing it to recover like 100 HP doesn't really seem worth it. But now that we're in the snow mountain, things should be easier now, because the like opposing Digimon are all like ice Digimon. So having Gigafire, I should be okay at seeing off any Digimon here. So there's my HP and MP recovered. I'll save as well. I'm only going from here to the North Sector city, but well, I'm sure you can understand that some of the battles I'm going to get into could be very difficult. I know that the Ice Digimon shouldn't pose a threat thanks to Gigafire, but only Snow Mountain and Freeze Mountain feature Ice Digimon. There is the Boot Mountain, which I need to go through, and then the other areas from beyond there. I won't be going there just yet. I do need to go there, but not until I've got all 4 badges. Until then, I have no reason to go there. So I'm gonna go from here to the Freeze Mountain, which does require going through the Boot Mountain, but I should be able to run away if there's a battle that doesn't seem worth it. It's all well and good being powerful against them, but when they're also powerful against you, it can be a bit of a worrying sign. I mean, ice isn't powerful against fire. You know, Black War Greymon shouldn't be vulnerable to these Digimon. It's just the fact that my stats are going to be so miserably awful. My stats are going to be awful, and any of these Digimon are gonna, are gonna do nasty damage. Well, I managed to make it through the boot mountain without getting into a battle, and well, here onwards it should only be Ice Digimon. Good, took him out in one. So 3 hits. I don't know if they were critical hits, but I took him out in one, and that's how I would like to believe that all these battles are going to turn out. But now I've entered Freeze Mountain, and Kotemon, who shows up on a frequent basis, is an obvious threat to me, because Kotemon, he's a random Digimon encounter, and he is one of the most powerful, random encounters that you can get. His attack really does do nasty damage, and with the defense that I've got, it's really not going to be a helpful combination. So this leads to nothing. That's where I came from. That leads nowhere. Down there leads back to where I've been already. Circuit board. Up here is just a circuit board. Down here, don't drop again though, because that just takes us back to where we have been. Don't go to the right and drop down, that just takes us back to where we have been. Go up here, and now we are pretty much at the North Sector city. That's the random items sold. And I can't deny that the battle against the North Sector leader could go horribly wrong. I mean, I'm aware that, his Digimon are, vulnerable to fire, but I'm sure I remember him having a Kotemon who is going to do major damage against me. I think he may also have a Metal Etamon, so there's the worry of him doing Mega Heal and keeping himself alive, which is going to be frustrating for me. And he is the leader, so his stats are going to be, good for this level, for this stage. So I am worried about battling the North Sector leader. I'm gonna have to really pull my finger out, and even with that I might still lose badly. But if that does happen, then the bright side is that it will effectively be a way of telling me that it's time to start grinding again and getting better before I try and do anything else. Now I've got speed up on my side, I've got Mega Heal, I've got Giga Fire, I've got Black Dart. So in we go. And Vikemon is the first Digimon. Seriously? 1897? So if he goes twice in a row, it's game over. If he gets a critical hit, it's game over. Wow. I need to be doing speed up, but I need to be healing as well. Well, this is really worrying because I'm pretty much always going to be in a position where I need to heal and I also need to boost my speed. Okay, that's really helped. And this will be my 4th speed up, so you would hope that he's not going to go twice in a row. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to be getting blasted. I don't know who I'll be turning into. Okay, well at least I'm going twice in a row. So let's just try and beat this guy as early as I'm able to. 2 hits. HP's in the red, obviously critical hits. And I'll need to use Mega Heal after this. Well, this will put my HP back to the maximum. I don't think I need to do another speed up just yet. Is this gonna blast me? It will. So my HP is gonna be refilling to the maximum. Though, what techniques am I gonna have? Grand Kotemon. Well, that's okay. Well, okay, well I've still got the main 3. Let's do Giga Fire. Dimension Scissors is not gonna be, it's not gonna help me. I think it's one of those one-hit knockouts, but it's really not gonna be the best thing to do. Giga Fire is what I need to be doing. Well, I need to be keeping my speed up. I don't need to worry about my HP, that's at the maximum. I need to keep my speed up, which I've done. Metal-Atomon is going to be a lot weaker than Vikemon, but then he's also going to be harder to beat. He's not going to be as vulnerable to fire. And he has Mega Heal as well, which is a little hypocritical of me to moan about, considering how dependent I am on Mega Heal. Yeah, Dimension Scissors is a one-hit knockout, but I don't think one-hit knockouts work against like the serious opposition, you know, the really important battles. And so I think it would most probably only do a small amount of like normal natural damage. He's bound to do Mega Heal, isn't he? Yeah. Could have done with a critical hit there. can be random as to when Kotemon uses Mega Heal. I mean, he can use it when, you know, his HP is well over half, but then and then he can also like not use it when his HP is in the red. But generally, he uses it most frequently when his HP is in the red, and you know, the lower his HP, the greater the likelihood of him doing Mega Heal. That's generally speaking. And I want to try and capitalise on the fact that his HP is low. Please be critical. Good. And now we finish with a Digimon who... well, I was going to say who's vulnerable to fire, because I know there's like an ice version of this Digimon who is highly vulnerable to fire, but I don't think this one is that individual. So Gigafire might be decent, but I don't think it's going to be fantastic. Oh dear, darkness. I don't know why I was worrying over that. Oh wait, hold on, no, it's Kotemon who's vulnerable to darkness, isn't it? Yeah, I remember when I did my no gym, no equipment challenge, I know I had real trouble from like dark attacks, but that was because of Kotemon. It was Kotemon who was vulnerable to darkness. Yeah, I think Kotemon's okay with darkness. Okay, and that's the leader beaten. So I have the 4 badges, so I can now return to the real world in that area where you're able to return to the real world. I have the 4 badges, which, you know, can get me through there, but it's not entirely straightforward because there are people you have to get past, there are Digimon you have to get past. So it's not going to be a cinch. Well, when you arrive in the area, all you need in order to be taken into the real world is 4 badges, which I have, but there is still the difficulty of actually physically getting there, because you have to go through areas where, you know, where Digimon occur, areas where you're going to be getting into battles. And as well as the random battles that you're going to be getting into, there is also like people you have to get past who have Digimon. There's the Ice Witch, the Fire Knight, and the Dark Knight. I have to get through all of those people before I'm able to make it to the area where I need to go. And there is the city here where I can save and rest. There is the inn where I can save and rest, but I think that's it for the whole of this sector. Well, I mean, there is another Kotemon and Gardramon, but they're in the area beyond the Ice Witch, Fire Knight, and Dark Knight. So that's going to be off limits until you make it past the Ice Witch, Fire Knight, and Dark Knight. Before them, I know there is an area where there is a Guardromon, so you are able to save, but there's no Datamon, so you're not able to rest. So I'm back in the Snow Mountain. I'm going to go this way because it takes me to a more useful part of the Boot Mountain. So I can go straight up this ladder. There's an item, needle gloves. Then I can go in the direction of where I need to go to, and I should probably just run away from this battle. I don't think this is the most intimidating Digimon in the world, but being fire, it's going to be a very, very slow battle. Well, he ran away, so that works. Then I drop down and I'm on pretty good course. I will drop down there at a later point, but not right now, because I need to be going here to the Kowloon mine. And I want to be avoiding battles here really, although Dimoldimon's quite an easy one to win against. I'm thinking of all the different Digimon who can show in this area, and there are a lot who are resistant to fire. But I was overlooking Dimoldimonn. Fire does work relatively well against Dimoldimonn. Critical hit. Happy days. My HP has reached the point where I probably should use Mega Heal. It's a shame I don't have a more efficient way of healing, efficient as far as MP is concerned. But I need to keep myself alive, and I am in the north sector, so what can you do? I'm heading straight for the Kowloon pit. I'm not bothering with any of the other areas. I just want to go straight to the Kowloon pit, which is where I need to go. And I'm pleased to see this Digimon, because I seem to remember this Digimon being vulnerable to fire as well. Well, they were probably critical hits, but nonetheless, fire worked pretty well there. Maybe I should just use another. Maybe I should have just used another Giga Heal. Well, I don't want to be throwing my MP around like there's no tomorrow, but I do have to be winning these battles. I don't have enough time in this part to make a start on the ice dungeon. I pretty much have only really got time to go to the Guardromon and to save. I go in here, where I think I'm free from battles. And I'll heal so that I start the next part with maximum HP. So in the next part I'll be going to the ice dungeon to, you know, try and make my way through and to, you know, go up against the Ice Witch. but for now I'm just going to be saving, and well, that's pretty much all I can do for now. I can rely on this area for saving my progress, but I can't rely on this area for resting. But well, I just need to see how it goes. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed.